All right, let's get into some playoff talk. I'm going to start with the AFC. So this is where we're at right now. You guys can follow along on your computer or go to NFL.com or just fucking listen to me. That's cool too. So number one seed is the Broncos. They have won the AFC West division. That is locked up. They have not won the number one seed yet. Now they will win the number one seed in the AFC with a win or New England loss or tie. And I'm going to stop it right here. I hate the whole tie thing. Here's what I mean. It just complicates shit. It's just, this team can do this with a win plus a blah, 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 loss or tie, or they can do it. I'm just going to cut the ties out from here on out. I'm just going to cut them out. So don't correct me going further. All right. I'm going to cut that out right now. So they can win the number one seed with a win or a Patriots loss this week. The Patriots are the second seed right now. They have won the AFC East division and they win the number one seed with a win plus a Denver loss. That number one seed still up in the air. All right. Denver's in the catbird seat. They just need to win. And they're the number one seed. All right. Playoffs in the AFC runs through Denver. They just need to win. Patriots, they need to win. They need Denver to lose. And then they'll be the number one seed. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the AFC's third seed at 12-4, and they have not won their division yet. They have not clinched it completely. They can do so with just simply winning. They win in week 18. They win the AFC South. But here's the crazy thing. The Jaguars aren't only concerned with winning their division. They can actually win the number one seed. What? Yeah, they can actually win the number one seed. They're still alive for it. They need to win, obviously, and they need both the Broncos and Patriots to lose. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are your AFC's number one seed. What fucking universe is this? Steelers are the AFC's fourth seed. For now. Because they have not won their division and they have not even clinched a playoff spot yet. This is crazy. So they're going to play the Ravens. All right. And that means everything. Whoever wins that game wins the AFC North and a playoff spot. Whoever loses is out of the playoffs. This is truly a winner take all. It's Sunday Night Football. It's a take all game. Steelers and Ravens. Can't get better than that. The Texans are the fifth seed right now. Again, like I said earlier, they can win their division and hop up to, I believe, the third seed by winning and Jacksonville losing. Crazy. The Chargers are the sixth seed in the AFC. They have already clinched a playoff spot, and they're kind of right there at 6. They could come down to 7, but they're going to be 6th or 7th, depending on what the Bills do. The Bills have already clinched their wild card spot. Again, they're stuck in the wild card just like the Chargers, and they can either go to 6th or 7th. Again, they're both 11-5 teams. If one wins and one loses, it can switch. It can whatever. Whoever ends up with a better record. Right now, the Chargers are 6th and the Bills are 7th. And the only other team that's not currently in the playoffs that could get in, like I said, is the Ravens, and it all depends on their matchup with the Steelers. That's it. That's the AFC. So certain things to take out of it is you got the Broncos, Patriots, and Jaguars still vying for that number one seed. It's most likely going to be the Broncos or Patriots, but still, Broncos, Patriots, and Jaguars are still in the mix for that number one seed. You got the Ravens and the Steelers. Whoever wins that matchup on Sunday Night Football is in. Whoever loses is out. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You have the Jaguars and Texans. So that AFC South division, if the Jaguars lose and the Texans win, the Texans would then be the division winner and the Jaguars would be in the wild card. That's really it. That's really the layout of the AFC. The NFC is in a much similar predicament. See, the number one seed has not yet clinched. It has not yet been identified, but it's down to 2 teams. And those 2 teams just happen to play each other on Saturday Night Football. So the Seattle Seahawks are currently your number one seed. They have not clinched it yet, but they are currently at the playoff starter right now, your number one seed. However, they have not won the number one seed. They haven't even won their division yet. To win the number one seed and to win the division, all they have to do is win. Beat the San Francisco 49ers on Saturday night, and you not only have won the NFC West, but you have won the NFC's number one seed. If the Seahawks happen to lose against the San Francisco 49ers, then those 49ers actually win the NFC West, and the San Francisco 49ers end up winning the NFC's number one seed. So this matchup is truly for the number one seed on Saturday night. That's awesome. Like, think about it for a second. The Seattle Seahawks could either be the number 1 seed or the number 5 seed, depending on this game Saturday night. The Bears are currently the number 2 seed, and they have already won the NFC North. Now, they can clinch that number 2 seed by simply winning, by simply beating the Lions. If they lose to the Lions and the Eagles beat the Commanders, then the Bears will drop to the 3rd seed. But either way, the Bears are going to be the 2nd or 3rd seed, and actually it sounds like the Eagles are going to rest their stars against the Commanders, so looking more and more like the Bears might be the 2nd seed. Although the Eagles might be able to beat the Commanders with their backups. That brings us to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are the NFC's number 3 seed, and much like I just told you about the Bears, the Eagles can go as high as the number 2 seed if the Eagles beat the Commanders, likely with their backups, and the Bears lose to the Lions like they did earlier in the year, by a lot actually. Then the Eagles could be the number 2 seed. But either way, the Eagles are going to be the 3 or the 2. The Panthers are currently your NFC's number 4 seed. Yeah, the Panthers. But they don't have the division wrapped up, and they don't even have a playoff spot wrapped up. They need to beat the Buccaneers this week, and they win the division, and they earn their spot in the playoffs, and they will be the number 4 seed. However, if they lose to the Buccaneers, then the Buccaneers will win the division and be the number 4 seed, and the Panthers will be out. The 49ers at 12-4 are the NFC's number 5 seed. The fact that right now the Panthers are a higher seed than the 49ers. What the f? The 49ers can clinch the NFC West and the NFC's number 1 seed by beating the Seahawks this week. That means the 49ers can be the 1st, 5th, or even the 6th seed. The Rams at 11-5 is the NFC's 6th seed. The Rams, at one time, very recently, was considered the NFL's best team. And they might still be. But right now, they're only a wild card team. And they can be as high as the 5th seed, as low as the 6th seed. And that leaves us to the NFC's 7th seed, the 9-6-1 Green Bay Packers. They are locked into that 7th seed. They can't go up. They can't go down. They will face whoever is the 2 seed, which will be either the Eagles or Bears in the first round of the playoffs. And much like the Ravens in the AFC, who's not currently in the playoffs but has that chance, the only team in the NFC that's not currently in the playoffs but still has a chance is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All they have to do, like I said earlier, is beat the Carolina Panthers to steal that division and win the number 4 seed. All right, that's it. That's the 2025 to 2026 NFL playoff bracket. And quite frankly, it's so much more wide open than I've ever seen before. I mean, on the AFC side, there is 2 teams that I really can't see win the Super Bowl. 2 out of 7. 2. Only 2 teams. And that's the Chargers and whoever makes between the Steelers and Ravens. Those 2 teams, I can't see really winning it this year. But 2 teams out of 7. The other 5, I can totally see and totally believe not even making the Super Bowl, but winning it. I can totally see the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jaguars, the Bills, the Texans. I can totally see each one of them not only making it to the Super Bowl, but winning it. Now, on the NFC side, there's only one team out of the 7 that I can't see win the Super Bowl, and that's whoever makes it between the Buccaneers and the Panthers, the NFC South team. That's it. Like, I can totally see the Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Packers, Bears, Eagles. I can totally see all of them winning the Super Bowl. This is as wide open as I've ever seen, which makes it a lot of fun. So with one more week of the regular season to go, it'll be playoff time, and I can't freaking wait.